first questions that we get asked about is, well, what is AI when we're talking about AI? And I guess that's the first real clue for me, is to sit there and say, well, the first thing we're really wanting to talk to you about is the difference between predictive AI and generative AI. Now, those type of generative techniques use large language models, so LLMs, and they use large action models, LAMs. And really the underlying principle of those is to learn the patterns and the structures that happen within those data sets, those existing data, so it can be used basically to create new knowledge, new data, new content, and therefore make it really easier to consume overall.
What are the practical use cases of generative AI in AFC today?
One of the things that we're seeing is they're using it for their policies and procedures. So they're using that generative AI to help them build out quality policies and procedures behind the scenes. Because, having a gap in your policy and procedure is a risk, but not nearly as much of a risk as if you miss 20 criminals or 20 sanctioned individuals or something like that. So they're a little more apt to try it on that back end first. And we're seeing people build out really robust policies and procedures, keeping them up to date more readily, which is definitely a time saver.
I think the biggest sort of instances we're seeing is where you're using sort of digital assistants to do sort of that heavy lifting of routine and sort of maintenance type tasks. So at Symphony AI, we have Copilot, and our Copilot is our digital assistant that helps us in multiple areas across the AML and fraud lifecycle.